Most people suffer in the world because of their own projections of how life should be. And this is what Maya is in Sanskrit. Maya actually means the measurement of reality. It means what is this or that according to the conditioning and the socialization process that we've all gone through. It's like rose-colored glasses where we can't see reality as it truly is. Now, a lot of people have really weird and unique ways of thinking about Maya. I get them in the comments section all the time, but they are incorrect understandings of Maya sometimes, because Maya actually means, as I said, the measurement of reality. The root of Maya is murta, which means measurement. And so we are measuring reality. That's what builds the illusion of reality. Now, this illusion we create in our mind is the reason we suffer, because we have our own personal view of how life should be, and we project our own personal opinion and beliefs and agendas onto a world that is just clear, empty, and free, but we think it should be a certain way. So when life doesn't go according to our projections, we suffer. And what happens ordinarily? Life doesn't go according to our projections, because life is not about us. Right? It's not about us on an individual level, even though a lot of us think that, and a lot of us actually warp Eastern spiritual concepts to make it think that it's about them. Oh, I'm blessed, or the universe is favoring me, for example. And this is kind of egocentric. You're still using the word I. For example, if you were experiencing a state of flow or the Tao or Brahman moving through you, you would be out of the way and wouldn't be there to verify the experience. Maybe after the fact, you might be holding on to it, but not in the fact. And so what happens is when we start to have this egocentric view of ourselves as the center of the world, then we project our own agendas, beliefs, conditioning onto it. But what happens? It doesn't go according to plan. It doesn't go according to how we think it should be. And this is where we need to abide more as the awareness to see in our mind this conditioning and this habit we have to project onto the world our own beliefs and conditioning. And so the medicine for eliminating our projections is to let go and allow life to be as it will. Now, that sort of understanding is very scary for particularly Westerners, because they are individualistic, have a tendency to be too righteous and to be too geared towards social justice, etc. Now, it's not saying that Easterners don't fight social justice and those sorts of things. Of course they do at times, but they're not fighting everyone's fight every day of the week, which is what we often see in the West, where people are always arguing about their own beliefs. It's a clash of beliefs, right? A clash of what I think is better than what you think. And this is where the hypnosis begins. This is where the conflict and the decay of society begins, when we have opinion versus opinion. And actually, both opinions neutralize each other. And as Jiddu Krishnamurti once says, one wrong makes both wrong, so to speak. He's talking about it in the sense of opinion. And so this Eastern understanding of letting go and allowing life to be is very frightening for a lot of people. But this is what heals your own projections of the world, because instead of being a righteous, loud person telling people how to think and what to do, if you abide in the awareness and you let go of these projections and these ideas that you think that the world needs to know about because you think they're valuable, then you will see them to begin to dissipate within your mind, and you'll have a more clear vision of reality. You'll be able to see things more purely. You'll be able to understand life more purely. And this is very important, because it's only the clash of the thinker of thoughts and the doer of actions that are causing all the trouble in the world. And once we begin to abide as the pure awareness, then we begin to see reality as it truly is. And we're not then projecting on to the world all of our nonsense. And let me assure you, all of our conditioning and the socialization process that we've gone through is typically a lot of nonsense. Though there are some things that are valuable, but there are a lot of things that aren't valuable and don't help humanity. And so this again is why the Eastern spiritual path is so important, because we're going to a deeper level. We're going to a level that people don't want to go to because they think that, but who's going to fight this cause? But they're missing the point that if we were all working on ourselves, there would be no conflict. So it has to begin somewhere. Otherwise, we just keep fighting each other and we keep this circus going on for thousands and thousands and thousands of years without ever learning our lesson. And then someone says, hey, there was a guy back in the day who talked about this. His name was Lao Tzu, but no one listened to him. And we're still living in the hypnosis that he was talking about, but we never took initiative ourselves. And so, as I'm always saying to all of you guys here on the channel, it's up to us to take the initiative, to take the spiritual steps, to become that peaceful vessel that the world actually needs. And that's what the Eastern spiritual traditions offer all of us. And so hopefully to all of you listening, the spiritual work that you're going through is having a major impact on your own projections of how life should be. And it's giving you that clear vision to how life actually is, which is in contrast to how you actually thought life should be in the first place. So you're working on that deeper level to eliminate the one who is causing all the trouble in the world. And that is the one who identifies with the conditioning and the socialization process that they've gone through that we typically call the ego. But it's that identification with the localization of consciousness that we think is the be-all and end-all. We think that is the ultimate subject. But in reality, there is no subject there, and there's not even an object there once we get into the deeper levels of reality and allow life to be as it will and to destroy our projections. And then once that's done, then the beginning of this process towards collective peace begins through the individual liberation that you've already experienced. Shanti, shanti, shanti.